Welcome to the 2025 tier list for prop firms, okay? This is going to be controversial. It's going to include firms that I have tried myself and also firms that are favorites on prop firm match, okay? This is going to be a completely unbiased opinion. I have no ties or any bias to any of these firms, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so let's get into it with the first firm, okay? So the first firm that we have is Breakthrough Capital. Now, let's think about this. I would rank them as a B tier prop firm. I'm with them myself. I've got $100,000 in funding with them. I've always been paid out, so that's a good checkbox. Sometimes I've had a small few issues, but they have been resolved. I wouldn't quite say it's pushing on to A tier yet because they don't have an MT5 license, and I feel like that's a big thing to get yourself into A tier. So for right now, we're going to stick it in the middle of the ballpark and we're going to go with B tier for Breakthrough Capital. Okay, next up on the list is my Forex funds, or my frozen funds, as some people know them as. I kind of included them on this tier list because I needed something to put in D tier. I don't even know if they're alive right now. The prop firm went down maybe a year or two ago, fighting loads of legal issues. The CEO mentioned something about slipping traders to hell. So for that, it's a very short and sweet D tier. And next on the list, we are following it with another D tier, unfortunately, and another firm that has gone down, come back, and hasn't been that great, okay? So the funded trader were decent around 2 years ago, but they had some issues, not quite sure on the extent of what happened, but I just know that they don't pay people out. Apparently, I've heard that they've got fake payouts and those kind of things. So for that reason, and for the fact that they've been down, we're going to have to also put them in D tier with my frozen funds. Next on the list, we have Equity Edge. Now, this firm has also had some issues in the past. I've personally heard some bad things, payouts being denied, that sort of stuff. However, I myself have had I have had two $10,000 funded accounts with Equity Edge, and I have never been denied a payout. I've been paid over $3,000, which is around 30% on the account with Equity Edge. So for that reason, I'm going to put them middle of the park again in B tier. I haven't heard great reviews, but personally, this is an unbiased review. I've always been paid out, and that's all I can say for it. We have our first entrant into the A tier category, okay? Seacrest Funding. We're going to slap them straight into A tier. Now, they were formerly My Funded FX, if anyone remembers them by that name. Very solid prop firm. I've never had any issues at all. I have an account where I get payouts a bit quicker than the usual accounts, but every time I've requested a payout, one time I got paid out in 13 minutes. Now, that is insane, okay? That is the sort of firm that deserves a spot in the A tier. I can't put them in S tier because I don't think you can trade. If you're from America, I don't think you can trade with them. They also lost MT5 for a while, and wasn't one of the first ones to pick it back up with the new licensing. So we will have to go for an A tier, but it's a very solid entrance into the A tier category. Coming in as our second A tier is going to be QT Funded, okay? Now, they have had their issues in the past, but the most important thing is how they've recovered, okay? So I'm very aware that they had denied payouts. There was a lot of issues on Twitter that I've seen. I've never personally been funded with them, so I can't speak on that yet. I do have max allocation in phase 2 with them right now. So soon enough, I will be funded and I will be able to drop a prop firm review on QT. So if you're interested in that, let me know. But for now, they seem to be opening up futures soon as well. That's what I've heard is in the pipeline. So we are going to put QT, probably it's between B and A tier, but we're going to put it into A tier for now. And then we'll see how it looks towards the end. Okay, next up, we've got a firm that I haven't really used. Well, I haven't used at all. Is Blueberry Funded, okay? Is one of them I haven't used. I haven't heard many popular traders that have used it. And from what I have heard, it's been bad things, okay? I've seen denied payouts on Twitter, really bad communication with the support. So for that reason, I think it would be harsh to put it into D tier because I haven't used it. And it's not that popular. I haven't seen many people complaining, but when I have seen people talk about Blueberry Funded, I have seen complaints. So for that reason, it's going to be our first prop firm in the C tier. Okay, so up next is a prop firm that I haven't actually used. This is one of the ones I grabbed from the prop firm match, which just shows you all of the prop firms and the most popular ones. So Funded Next is our next prop firm. We're going to put them into A tier, okay? And the reason for this is because I have not heard a bad thing. I've just heard they're very solid, very good. I haven't used them myself. I will be using them in the future, so I can test that out for myself. Maybe we'll have to make a new tier list in the future. But for now, it's a very solid A tier. This is the one that we all know where it's going to go, okay? We've got FTMO up next. Now, this is just a solid S tier, okay? Will this be the only S tier? Who knows? But it is the kingpin. It's at the top. It's been around for so long. You rarely see denied payouts. And if you do, there's usually a reason for it. Cold certificates, really nice certificates, clean platform, clean dashboard, everything like that. They are just the best. It is that simple. Okay, up next, we've got another prop firm that I haven't used. I also haven't seen many people use them. So I don't really have an opinion. It was the most popular on the prop firm match, which is interesting to see, considering I don't know of any traders that do actually use the 5%ers. So we're going to put it at the top of B tier, purely because I have no idea what the conditions are like. I don't even know what the dashboard looks like. I have not heard anything from this prop firm. They're just the favorites on prop firm match. So for that, they must be a B tier, but it's not quite enough to push them into the A tier. Our penultimate prop firm that we have is Funding Pips, okay? Now, once again, this is very similar and in the same bracket for me as Funded Next, okay? I haven't used it. I've heard good things. I haven't heard anything bad. I've seen payouts. I've seen good support. I've seen a clean dashboard, a clean website. So for that reason, and also considering that it's one of the favorites on prop firm match, we are also going to put it next to Funded Next in the solid A tier list of prop firms. And last but definitely not least, we have ACG or Alpha Capital Group. Now, this may be slightly controversial, okay? I'm going to put them into the S tier with FTMO. Now, my reasoning for this, I purely just think that they are the second biggest prop firm. If you took away FTMO, I think they're the biggest prop firm. Once again, clean dashboard, clean website, good support in their Discord. I have been funded with their max allocation before. I've always been paid out. I've never had any issues. They offer a large range of accounts as well that I'm aware of. So in my opinion, I think that ACG is one of the biggest prop firms apart from FTMO and maybe is the biggest. And for that reason, it's between A and S, but I'm going to move it into S. So that is it for the 2025 prop firm review, okay? Let me know if there was any that I missed out, any that you would include into the list, and anything that you would change. Because like I said, I have only traded with maybe 3 or 4 of these prop firms, so I can only give an honest and direct review about 3 or 4 of them. The other ones I'm assuming from looking at prop firm match statistics and also just general knowledge of the prop firm space. But if there was anything that you would change, let me know. Leave a like. There'll be new videos coming out soon, and I'll see you next time.